So, welcome to the Getting Started Right call for October, and I'm so excited to have you all in here. And we have just seen so much engagement from you guys as a new group. And there's been a lot of you guys kind of doing your coming out post, really taking action. When we're saying taking action, taking the action and going for it. And I can promise you, from what I'm going to deliver here in a second, you're going to see that really the key to success is taking messy action. If you need to write that on a post-it note, if you're naturally a perfectionist, that number one thing will determine whether or not you're going to see success in this business. I promise you. It really is super simple. So I'm really going to hopefully make this whole kind of getting started right new coach process really, really easy to understand. And hopefully all of you guys that are on this call have been on an initial call with the coach that kind of enrolled you into the team. So first things first, this was something that I sent in the kickoff for you guys, but really just to kind of break it down. I know some of us learn audibly, some of us learn visually. So to me, it's really important that you get it delivered in both formats. So number one, and this is always the bucket that you need to remember, guys, whether or not you're a brand new coach or whether or not you're where I am now or 6 months down the track, 10 years down the track, we cannot possibly help anybody unless we pour into our own cup first. Okay, so if we start trying to help people before we've actually really seen results ourselves, we've genuinely believed in what we're doing in terms of the fitness, the nutrition, the personal development, the mindset growth in the community, you better bet that when we start sharing it with people, it's going to be a lot harder to get them to join us. It's going to feel potentially quite icky because you've not really kind of done it, seen the results yourself. And it's not going to be genuine because you're not going to really believe in it. You're not going to be really confident with it. Okay. So number one, as I said in the info session, the sneak peek into coaching, you need to pour into your own cup first. And we've kind of outlined this in the info session or info pod so far this week, picking your program. Okay, so I'm taking it as a given that all of you guys have logged into Beachbody On Demand, you've had a good look around and you've picked your program. Now, to make it super simple, unless I have somebody in my team who is adamant they want to do a particular program, I will always advise you to do 21-day fix. Or now we've got MBF, which is a program called Muscle Burns Fat, and that's a brand new 3-week program. Okay, and the reason for that is that they're short programs. They're kind of creating this habit in your life of exercising almost every day, 6 days a week, 30 minutes a day. For all of you guys here, whether or not you work full-time, you're a full-time mom, whatever it might be, you all have time to do that. And I just want to say, like, when I started doing this, I was like, oh, I don't know where I'm going to fit in the time of my day. I was working 3 different jobs at the time. I'd left corporate London. I was working golf club hours in the gym. I was teaching fitness classes. I was teaching PT classes. Arthur was only in childcare 2 mornings a week in nursery, and I was managing to fit in my coaching around it. So when we say we don't have time, it's mindset. Okay, so if we want to do something enough, we will find the time. A lot of the time it's a question of getting out of bed 30 minutes earlier. For me, that was the case as a new coach, and I really want you guys to think about this as the business that you intend it to be. Okay, you are a coach. People are relying on you now to be that person for them, right? When they want to join you, it's important that you are able to show them how to do it. Okay, so creating that habit in your schedule first is going to be fundamental and the absolute groundwork to you seeing success in your business. Okay, so basically you're going to pick hopefully 21-day fix or Muscle Burns Fat. And since I produced this kind of pamphlet, Ultimate Portion Fix, the nutrition program, has been added to every single enrollment, which typically you used to have to pay 130 quid for. It is an absolutely incredible nutrition course. Okay, it's not about diets, cutting out food groups, or anything unsustainable. If you follow that in the back office and you can speak to your coach about it alongside your program, I can promise you after 3 weeks, there is going to be no way that you won't want to share this with other people because your results are just going to speak for themselves. You are going to feel incredible and it will come quite naturally. It should never, ever be about selling something to somebody. Okay. So if you ever feel like that, you haven't found belief in what we do at the core. I never feel like I'm selling anything to anybody. I'm authentically sharing what I do with like-minded women. I'm sharing what I do. And if they want to learn more about it, great. And if they don't, that's great. Okay. So really that authenticity is going to come with that authenticity of you finding that commitment and belief in your own journey. Okay, and that also comes with the superfood. And I want to talk about that superfood, the Shakeology. When I started, I was like, oh, I don't believe in supplements, never had shakes in my life. I'm a PT, don't like the idea of this. But my coach said, look, just have it every single day for 3 weeks. And I thought, you know what? I don't love the taste of it, but I'm just going to trust her and I'm going to have it every day for 3 weeks, because if I want to see success in this business, I need to know the total solution works. So I did. And within about 2 weeks, I actually couldn't remember the last time I felt so good. I had acne all my life. Like literally it blighted me. I spent so much money on Harley Street and it cleared up my skin. And there was no way that I wasn't going to have it. And so after that, that was the time when I decided, right, I need to get my hands on this superfood every month and I need to not have to pay for it. So I'm just going to help enough people to pay for my superfood. Okay. And for you guys, kind of, I know some of you guys might have looked at my Instagram, whatever it might be. And I know some people will look at my page and go, well, it's all right for her because, you know, she's obviously always had really big visions and goals with it. But I want to share with you guys, I never had a big vision with this business when I started. I literally was probably like a lot of you girls here. I wanted to get fit and healthy after having my son. I was a newly qualified PT. I needed to get in shape. And I thought, if I can help a couple of people and I can pay for that superfood, then that's great. That's as far as it went. Okay, so my vision and obviously my success and income and everything else has grown organically over time. I never put pressure on myself that it had to be X or Y. Okay, and I just want to share that with you guys in case any of you are feeling that way. So the second part is just really interlacing. So this here is obviously personal. This is pouring into your own cup, which is just, if you think about like a pyramid, it's the base, right? Don't ever try and build on top of the base until you've got this at the bottom. So the next step is really starting your training. And for me as a coach, you know, you've all got different coaches, a lot of you guys, it's really important to me that you guys are starting your professional side of your business from the day that you start doing your physical fitness and health journey. And the reason for that is that I'm trying to instill in you a habit that you are going to take through your business, which is, I'm going to do me and then I'm going to do my business. Okay. So I'm setting this up from day one for you guys as an expectation, because it's going to be so much easier for you when you finish the training to then naturally have built time to be able to do both. And guys, in totality, every single one of these things I'm going to cover should not be taking you as a new coach longer than an hour a day. Okay, so this is going to take you about 30 minutes, and this is probably going to take you about 15, and personal development about 15. Okay, and I really don't want you guys to get stressed out. That hour doesn't need to be one total hour. Okay, so when people say I don't have time, that's rubbish. Okay. So just to put your minds at rest, that actually a lot of the time it's mindset. We just need to decide that actually it's just how much we want to do it. And we need to find little small extra bits of time. Okay. So starting your training, hopefully you guys have all got your welcome email. You've added yourself to the Beachbody Champions training. And as it's Wednesday, as I've been kind of moving you guys through day by day, don't worry if you're like a day behind. If you enrolled a day after, you're probably not going to be there yet. But what I say to my new girls is, try to complete a unit a day, okay? And do that with each day of the program, and let me know when you've completed unit 3. And that's the same for all of the coaches here. If I'm not your coach, that should be the same story for you guys. And really, again, that's just to hold you to account on, okay, it's a physical fitness journey, but I'm doing the coach piece too. And then after you've completed unit 3, we will get on a call with you, whoever your coach is. Okay. And that's not to say that if you've got questions, you know, I'm always available, particularly for newer coaches. I know how overwhelming it is. I know how scary it is. And we're here for you. Okay. But the call is going to come when we know you've completed unit 3, so that we can then guide you on the next steps. Okay. And I love that training. It's video training. Again, it's self-paced. You can fit it into your day, whichever way works for you. You know, Charlotte, who's one of the most successful girls in our team, is a full-time A&E nurse working through COVID. So you can imagine she has very, very little time, and she, you know, she manages to do this, how it works for her. Okay. And the final piece, and this is, for me, this is more important than this. Okay. Personal development. And when I started as a new coach, my coach said to me, have you been doing personal development, Izzy? I was like, no, you know, personal development, what is that? I don't need that. I've had a really successful career. kind of in my mind, I was like, I don't need that. I don't need it. Right. That kind of mindset, which was like a really closed mindset, which is what I appreciate now. I had a really closed mindset. I was really stubborn to change, which actually didn't serve me in my career. And I've become a lot more open-minded. And the personal development, I can tell you, is the single one thing that will, over and above taking messy action, determine your success in this business. If you are willing to work on your mindset, okay? We've all got learned behaviors. We've all got limiting self-beliefs. A lot of the time they're from childhood. We don't even realize they're there. They're subliminal. They're in our subconscious, okay? For me and for you guys, likely, as for most of the coaches on this call who are more established as well, probably your kind of limiting self-belief or your biggest fear is, what are people going to think, and what if I can't do this and I'm rubbish and I embarrass myself? Okay, that's so normal. And that was me, to the point that probably about a week in, I said to my coach, I don't think I can do this. And she said, are you doing your personal development? And I said, no, I haven't actually got my book yet. And she was like, okay, this business isn't going to work for you unless you're willing to work on your mindset. So I downloaded this book, You Are a Badass, okay? And this is the book that I, hand on heart, like this one's good, but hand on heart, this is the one that when I have new coaches and I tell them to download it, and it kind of sounds like I'm barking orders at you, I'm not that kind of person, but I'm doing it for tough love, and because I know it's going to serve you, and I know it's what I needed to hear as a new coach. This book, every single new coach I've had that's listened to this book is like, oh my goodness, this book is amazing. And then when you're kind of doing things like coming out posts and sharing stuff on social media, and you're listening to this in the Audible app, it's an orange app that attaches to Amazon. Okay, so if you haven't got it, Audible, write that one down. It is amazing. And it just means if you're super busy, like how I was like all over the place, classes, Arthur into nursery, back out again, you know, all of that. I could just plug it in as I was driving along. It wasn't additional time that I had to find. It was just time, you know. Now I listen in the morning when I'm just, you know, whatever, getting dressed, I'll listen to my personal development then. So I don't need to, yeah, it's an amazing app, Stephanie. I don't need to, you know, find the time, okay? So those three things are the absolute non-negotiable, okay? So if you're not doing one of those things right now, I need you to start doing it, because honestly, it's that simple. So if your fitness and nutrition, really important. This is the number one thing that I did not do as a new coach. My coach said, take a before photo. And I really felt so gross. I really didn't want to. And I didn't. And I didn't take a photo for about a week. Okay. And I was doing the 21-day fix. So I took a photo after the first week, and I took a photo after the last week, and my results were incredible. But they would have been even more incredible if I'd have actually taken a photo beforehand. So this piece, like, guys, I know, like, you've probably seen like some coaches sharing transformations. Again, as a newer coach, I thought to myself, I'm never going to do that. I can't ever do that. That's really, I can't do that. Okay. But actually, when you start to see the value, you start to help other people, and you start to see that other people need to see your results in order for you to help them, you start to make it about them, not you. Okay. And so now I share my transformations, not because it's about me, but because it's about that person over there that doesn't know I can help them, and they've seen my transformation, and then we can start helping them. So it's really simple. It's like what I said on the first slide: stick to your workout program like glue. And for a lot of you guys, like, you might be new to exercise, you might not have been dedicated to a program for a long time. I certainly wasn't when I started. Like, I was qualifying as a PT, but I didn't have a dedicated exercise regime that I was following, because I didn't have time. My husband worked really long hours in London, and I couldn't go to the gym because I had Arthur all of the time. So that in itself, don't underestimate how tricky that can feel. Okay, this is where that Move Over October virtual gym group comes in. If you're not in there, please ensure that you ask your coach to be added there, because that's accountability. Okay, the more you lean into these groups, whether that's the coach page or the bootcamp group, I can promise you, the more you are going to get out of it. The girls that do well in this business are the girls that are active in the team page, they're on the calls, and they're active in the virtual gym. And it's going to make it so much easier for you, because then not only are you, like, you know, you could or you couldn't show up for your workout, right? But if you've kind of committed to posting in the page and sharing what's going on, if you're not sharing what's going on, it's like, oh, I've gone missing today, right? That's the accountability in the community. And all we're going to do is lift you up. Like, you'll see in that bootcamp group, there is nothing but uplifting, positive comments and support. So use it. That's what this business is all about. And as you grow and build over time, you're going to need to believe in that community. So it's important that you really lean into it. Follow the Beachbody Guide to Nutrition like glue. That used to be the only thing that you got with your enrollment, but now you get the ultimate portion fix. So the ultimate portion fix, make sure to take the time to look at that in the back office under the modules. It is amazing. Your superfood every day for 2 weeks. It's got prebiotics, probiotics, phytonutrients, adaptogens, vitamins, minerals. It's not a meal replacement, guys. I don't want you to use it to replace any meal whatsoever. And it doesn't have any rubbish in it. It's like the most pure product out there and doesn't forego any other meals, which I love because I don't believe in replacing food for supplementation, okay, in terms of meals. Share your journey, okay? And this is, again, like, this is the number one, another like really high up there. Like, we start and we're like, I'm loving it, it's really good, and I really can't wait to share it with people, but I'm just too scared to share it with people. And then it's like, we're not actually able to help anyone, right? I mean, that's really obvious, but I just want to highlight it because that is something that I do see. People start and they're like, yeah, I can't wait to share with people, and then they're literally, the fear just eats them up inside, and then they just think about it and procrastinate, and then they never get out there and share it. And I can promise you that is the scariest part, right? A lot of you guys have already done your coming out posts, and I'm super proud of you. Some of you guys have been sharing your stories already, which is amazing. And we know it's hard. I remember the first video Instagram story that I did, and I messaged an old work colleague from my property days and was like, oh my God, Rosie, can you just check my story? I feel really sick. Oh my God, I've done a video story. I said, all right, should I take it down? She's like, no, it's great. But it was so alien to me. Like, I'd never done it before coaching, and I nearly deleted all of those videos. So just know it is not going to feel fun. You are not going to enjoy it, and it's not going to feel natural to start with. But it doesn't mean that you're not going to be good at it. You just have to live in that fear for a bit. And I can promise you, now when I do a video and you see your coaches doing videos, they're not fazed by it anymore, okay? And that's the point you want to reach, because you can't actually help people with their journey if they can't connect with you. And if you think about how the human relationship is built, the closest we have, particularly now in COVID times, is video, right? They've got the ability to see you moving. 60% of communication is through movement. Okay, so the closest you can get to building a relationship with someone is voice. Okay, and that is why, as coaches, you need to go on your stories. And I'm not saying you need to spend 10 minutes on there. Stories are 15 seconds long. And what I advise is doing 2 to 3 video clips of you on a story each day. Okay, and I think the easiest way to do that as a new coach, so I train my girls to do, is to do it immediately after you've finished your workout, because your energy levels are high, you have something to talk about, and really right now, guys, you have the most amazing opportunity. And the reason why you have the most amazing opportunity, and I always get a little bit jealous, is that you're at the beginning of your journey, right? You're so relatable. People will watch you and be like, well, if she can do it, so can I. Okay, and as you get further down the track on your journey, that becomes harder to portray because, of course, you're further along your journey. So right now, so long as you are letting people in, you don't need to be like, hey, join me, blah, blah, blah. It doesn't need to be salesy, nor should it be salesy. All you're going to do is go in there, share 2 to 3 video clips of your workout each day, which I shared in the chat earlier on. The app Unfold, I would write that one down, is amazing for just doing the video clips. And when I started doing this, I was like, this is going to take me so long. This is going to take me so long. I don't even know how I'm ever going to fit this in. But I did, and you get so quick at doing it, okay? So 2 to 3 video clips. Again, like, you can put 2 to 3 on one screen in an app and upload it, okay? And it's going to take you a bit of time to start with, and then it gets way quicker. And then afterwards, you're just going to share, like, how was it? How did you feel? What's it bringing to your life? And that's really all I want you guys to think about. In terms of video stories for now, all people need to see WIIFM. What is in it for them? And that's true of our journey throughout coaching, right? We should always be letting people into WIIFM. But if you are connecting with your person, and likely your person, your kind of people are watching your stories, what's in it for you is going to be what's in it for them, because they're your people, right? So say, like, I don't know, you've got no glute strength, or you haven't worked out in ages and you don't know how you're going to do these workouts, and you complete one and you feel amazing. That's what you're going to share. you know, being yourself is so fundamental to this journey. Sharing something that's not true to you is like the quickest road to failure that you'll find. So don't worry if you're like, if you feel like how you're feeling is like a real niche, because your niche are going to be watching you. So that's it. 2 to 3 video clips of your workout each day, 15-second long little clips, and just video to the camera. Again, I had no idea even how to do a video story when I started as a coach of how you're feeling. Okay. And as I said in that initial slide, personal development is the key to your success in this business. And this is always going to reign true, guys. And this is for like, you know, some of my more experienced coaches watching, like it's always a good reminder. So even this presentation is a good reminder to me of actually, yeah, that's so true, right? 90% of your success will be determined by your mindset. Okay. And if you try to build a business as an entrepreneur on a mindset that is like, I don't think I can do this, I don't think I have enough time, that's all mindset, right? You need to work on why you want to do this and what it's going to do for your life. And the personal growth is the thing that's going to make you really passionate about this journey. I look back at kind of where I was, and certainly some of the girls even here, my coaches on the call, at what they were like when they started and how far they've come. And it's like, that's the thing that makes me feel so amazing about this business, is the growth that I see in people. And that's what we do. We help people grow in their mind. So You're a Badass is obviously the one that I suggested. And the other one that I suggest, if you have time, even if it's 5 minutes, download this book. Please, please download this book. Get Over Your Damn Self by Romy Newstead. She's really, really successful. Hold on, I'm just looking here. I've got a few comments. Really, really successful network marketer, but she essentially talks about how you are going to go about building connection with people, but in a way that is very, very conducive to where you are in your journey, i.e. you've just started. And I can promise you that if you follow this and you listen to this for 5 minutes, even this for 10 minutes, like you can fit it in, it's just flipping between the two in Audible, you are going to have amazing skills to really help you see success in your business stacked with everything else. Okay. And training. So as I said earlier on, make your way through the Beachbody Champions page training, 1 unit per day minimum. And the reason why I say that is that if you start to kind of like, oh, I didn't get that unit done, oh, well, didn't do that, you just start to drop off, right? Just hold yourself to account, work out where you're going to fit it. There are little videos in each unit, so it might be that you get like 5 minutes here and 5 minutes there. They're not that long. And advise me or your coach when you've finished unit 3 and get on a one-to-one. And what we generally do in these coach threads is coaches let us know in that thread when they've done it, so that you guys are all moving at the same pace together, so that you can really build that community together and you're not alone and you're kind of training together. That's the idea. And it works really, really well. So share a cart, and this is something that's shared in the Beachbody Champions page. But this is something that kind of as newer coaches, I know when I was a new coach, I didn't know anything about this, but really important, guys, that when you enroll somebody, you enroll them with the total solution, which is the challenge pack, which is what you enrolled with. Because if you enroll them just with the workouts, they are getting 20% of the solution. 20% of any result you ever get, if you're like a PT or anything like that, you'll know that, is going to be from your workouts, and 80% is going to be from your nutrition. Okay. So if somebody just enrolls with this for 100 quid, okay, they're going to get 20% of the solution. Whereas if they enroll with the total package with the nutrition, the bod ropes, if they're doing MBF pack as well, and the superfood, they are going to get the total solution. They're going to get access to the bootcamp, and that you're going to be able to help them. What I will say is that from experience, kind of almost 3 years down the track, if I've ever had somebody just enroll with the workouts, which is very rare, I think I've enrolled 2 people my whole time, they never stay the course, because they don't have the energy, because they're not having this, and they don't have the total solution, and so they don't see the benefit. It's just workouts at the end of the day. Okay, so this is going to be the next thing. So when you finish unit 3, we are going to talk to you about setting up your Beachbody On Demand bod group. Okay. You can also set up a Facebook group if you would rather, or if you'd rather do one on the or the other, it's totally fine. But for you guys as new coaches, what is amazing, and certainly wasn't the case when I was a new coach, we didn't have this function, this Beachbody On Demand bod group Again, if you're not in one of those, do just ask your coach so that you can get invited into one so you can see them. But it's so easy for you. There's this functionality where you can set up your group and it can deliver the check-ins to the program that you've chosen, so that you don't have to worry about even doing that. And certainly when I was a new coach, like you've probably seen in the Move Over October group, we've got little daily check-ins. Ginny and I do those. But if you've got a specific program that you're going to follow, and I always advise my coaches, if they've done 21-day fix, then they're just going to start a 21-day fix challenge group afterwards. If they've done MBF, they're just going to start an MBF challenge group to invite people into afterwards, because of course you're confident with it. But that means that with this bod group function, it's going to help you deliver all of the check-ins for you. You can schedule them all out. So it's so easy. Canva is amazing for doing the visuals. If you haven't ever used Canva, it's super easy just to create little visuals so that you can invite people. That doesn't take long at all. Just to show them what it is. Hold on, someone put something in here. Yeah, Canva is amazing. Yeah. And set a start date. Sorry, this this is end of May, beginning of June, but really you're going to set it up for ideally, so I'm just thinking about where you are in the month, so the 20th, 21st at the moment. I would set it up for 2 weeks from now, ideally, okay, because you're going to be 2 weeks into your program, or 2 and a bit weeks into your program, and so you'll really have found your feet. You will have felt the benefit of the nutrition, you will have got the results, and so it's going to be easier to share and invite into it. And the invite scripts for what we do, if you go to the Team Hustle and Heart team page, under the files section there is an invites files section, so you might want to just write that down. The files section has got invite scripts. Okay, and if you want any, if you can't find it, or you just want me to send you one across, just literally message in the thread and I'll send you a draft. Because you'll want to find your own wording to ask people to join you. But I will just say, the first kind of 3 months, I would say without question, I don't think I've seen many people enroll someone they don't know within their first 3 months that's not like a friend or family member or a friend of a friend. And this is what Romy says in her book, Get Over Your Damn Self. Write a list of 100 names. And at that, usually most people say, I don't know 100 people. I don't have 100 people that I could ask. We do. We all have 100 people we can ask. We've all got 100 people in our Facebook, or we've got 100 people that we know that we can ask. So you're going to write a list, and you're going to do your very best to write 100 names on that list. And you're going to ask them if they want to join you. But first, before you do that, you're going to highlight their names. Is it potential customer or coach? Because you might have someone you know who's like, do you know what? They would love doing this coach thing. Great. That's really easy to invite them into, because you're just going to invite them into our sneak peek into coaching group, which is the one that you've watched for most of you guys, and they can just watch the videos. Okay. And as I've just said, the invite scripts are in the team page file section. Show up every day in social media. Okay, this again, like, was the biggest struggle for me. I wasn't comfortable sharing pretty much anything about my life. I'd never done a story in my life. I certainly didn't post every day, and I found it really uncomfortable. And I just stayed consistent. I just listened to my coach. My coach said, do a post every day. Okay, minimum 28 hashtags, the maximum is 30. Okay, and that's really, you want to think about like going in and thinking about who's your sort of person. Okay, so who are you aside from Beachbody? Because the biggest mistake that I see new coaches make is that they suddenly think it all needs to be about fitness, just fitness, nothing about who you are. Or maybe you like gin and tonic, or maybe you like walking or painting or reading or whatever it might be, and it becomes all about fitness. And of course then you're not attracting your person, because your person might not necessarily be interested in fitness. So you always want to remember, with your social media in mind, what's my brand? Who am I? Who makes me me? Am I, like, for me, like, I was a corporate hotshot girl who loves fashion and fitness and was always into fitness and used it because I was very stressed out. I also love gin and tonic, and I love country walks with my family. You'll get that vibe from my page, okay? Because I'm quite intentional about ensuring that you know who I am, so that I'm attracting my person. This, guys, is not going to come to you overnight. Okay, this is going to take work, and I can tell you the way that I posted 2.5 years ago, if you look at my page, is very different, because I didn't really know who I was. Like, who is my person? I had no idea. I'd never been like asked or told to do that in my life. But I want you guys to think about ensuring that you post every single day. And the very easiest way to kind of think about your journey is that you are at the beginning of your journey. Okay, you're at the hardest part of your journey because actually you haven't built any trust with anybody that you don't know yet. Okay, and the only way that you are going to be able to build trust with people that don't know you is if you show up every day. Okay, social media, Instagram, your doors are open when you're posting. Your business is closed if you're not going to post. Okay, so I want you to really try and get into that mindset of this is a business with the most incredible potential. And I just want to share, like, I know a lot of you guys might not know a lot about like network marketing or the business or anything like that. I'm going to share with you, like, we are amongst the top 3 teams within the UK. Okay, I was in a leadership event in Arizona with the top, I think 0.05% of the network last year. And every single one of the girls on that trip were earning 6 or 7 figures a year. Okay, so please, if there's one thing I can like help you learn, it's not about the money, but it's about whatever vision you'd ever envisage for your life being possible with this business. It is absolutely possible, but it will not be possible if you don't take that kind of mindset of this is a business and this is what it's going to take for me to see success in this business if it's what I want to do, and trusting the process and just trusting me and trusting your coaches that is possible, because it absolutely is. Okay, so making sure you post every day, minimum 28 hashtags. Okay, and that again, like if you're working full time, like certainly Donna, she was full-time marketing career in London, toddler at home with a nanny and nursery, and then building this business on the side. She's managed to leave that job, and she would schedule out her posts all at the weekend on a Sunday. She would schedule out her posts on a Sunday. Okay, I don't do that personally because I really like to write my post based on how I feel on the day, because for me that's what I love and it's really authentic to who I am. And I'm quite kind of creative and emotive like that. But if you're on a tight schedule, for goodness sake, like do definitely plan it on a Sunday or Saturday and just think about what you want to post. I'll send you guys after this call some example ideas of what you can post on different days, so you've got some ideas to draw from. And do like think about, okay, what coach that I know in this team or somebody that I've come across do I like? Okay, because if you kind of look at how they post, like don't copy what they do, but you can get ideas from there for sure. Okay, and I'm going to task you guys with sharing minimum 10 stories every day. And when you do your coach training and back office in the champions page, there's going to be this tracker which I'm showing you. Okay, and it's going to talk about sharing stories, and I would say 10 minimum. Okay, and certainly again, like working how I was when I started, I would have been like 10 stories, like how many are you going to do that? Well, two to three of them are going to be you video talking to camera for 45 seconds total. Another 2 are going to be workouts, so that's 5. Then 1 on nutrition, 6. 1 of your superfoods, 7. And then 1 or 2 of your lifestyle. That is like literally like maybe you're commuting into work, maybe you've just got home, you're seeing the kids, whatever it might be. And then 1 of your personal development, that's 10. Okay, so if you're doing all of those things that you should be doing as a coach, it's going to be very easy and quick to just take a quick photo and load it up to your stories. Okay. So as I said, 1 or 2 of you talking about what it's doing for you. What is in it for you? What is it doing for you? That's so key. Your life in general and your superfood. And then Success Club. So this really is something that the Beachbody Champions page will train you on. But this is the key to success, okay? Tried and tested Success Club, which is helping 3 people each month with a challenge pack, which is what I shared earlier, will have you hit Success Club. So that's less than 1 person a week. And as a new coach, if you have written that list of 100 names and you have actively asked them if they want to join you in your challenge group that you're going to set up, I can promise you, you will enroll 3 people each month. Okay, as long as you're following all of those other things, showing up on your stories, posting every day, because you are going to see the most amazing results if you are all in, and they won't be able to help but join you. Okay, so 3 people each month with a challenge pack is Success Club. Okay, and if you hit Success Club 3 out of your first 6 months, you will be a Success Club starter. Okay, and that means that you get access to a brand new program that not even any of us are going to get access to. You'll be doing the program as they film and you'll be documenting it. which is insane. I've been part of a test group before, and it was one of the best experiences of my life. Like, literally incredible to do it with the trainer before it's delivered to anybody else. You also get a free summit ticket to our annual summit. Next year it's in St. Louis, in America. A lot of us have already got our tickets for that, so it's a huge event. We have a global team, so we'll be doing like team dinners with coaches in the UK, US, and Canada, and honestly, it's incredible. So if you hit Success Club the first 3 of those 6 months, you are going to get that ticket for free, which is insane. So for me, that was the non-negotiable goal. And also, if you're hitting Success Club each month, you are going to be paying for your superfood if you want to continue having it. Okay. So in summary, week 1, you are going to complete week 1 of 21-day fix or MBF this week. You are going to do your coming out post. If you haven't done it, please do share it in the page if you're not sure, in the thread, or send it to your coach for advice. I've shared mine in the little thread that we have. And make sure that by the end of the week, you've finished unit 5, okay? So that you're doing a unit a day and letting your coach know when you've finished unit 3. 7 days of personal development you will complete, and I can promise you, if you do that every day for 7 days, the shift in your mindset is going to be so fantastic that you won't be able to help but continue doing this. It's kind of addictive. It just makes you feel so good. It makes you feel ready for anything that life's going to deliver to you. Instead of being reactive, you're going to feel proactive. You'll feel on top of it. Set up your challenge group, okay? If you've completed a unit a day, you will have set up your challenge group so that you can start inviting into it. For starting, I would say start it on the 9th of November. That's what I would say in terms of where we are, looking at the calendar, because you want to be talking about that challenge group every day in some capacity in your stories, okay? Because people are going to be watching you, particularly if you've invited them and then they're watching you, right? If you invite all these people now, for me as a new coach, I was like, well, if I invite all these people now, then it's pressure on for me, because then I have to get results, because they're not going to want to join me unless I get the results. So an invite is a seed sown. And I really want you guys to always remember that, because again, getting no's and people saying no or not right now, and a lot of the time people are like, I can't do this. Well, that's just our business. That's normal. A no is a not right now. And the sooner that you see that as a positive, because they're still watching you and they're just waiting to see, they're waiting to understand more. If you then show up and get the results, guess what? When your challenge group comes to starting, they'll want to join you. Okay, so the list of names and invite. And again, if you need help in the thread with how to invite or what sort of thing to write, let us know. As I said, there's a file section in the team page with the invites. I'm more than happy to send my current invite to you guys so you can take a look at it. And fundamentally, this is the team motto. So we're called Hustle and Heart, and our kind of strapline is enjoy the journey. And this is the thing that I want you guys to always remember, because if you don't enjoy this journey for you by pouring into your own cup first, there's never going to be a way that you're going to help anyone, and nor will you want to. And it is honestly the most incredible thing, and it's so much fun, and it takes a bit of getting to grips with. But I also want you guys to know that you are at the hardest part of your business right now, because it's all new. And over time, it's going to be amazing. You are literally going to love it. So that being said, I'm just going to stop sharing. There's a few comments in here, I think. Has anyone got any questions? And please fire away if you do. Unmute yourself or pop it in the chat box. Has anyone got any questions? No questions. Okay. Right. Well, let's do a boomerang. How hard is it to get people or to get a yes? If you're doing all of those things and you're inviting all of your warm market and you follow your program, it's going to, honestly, hand on heart, I'm really confident with this training. Just so you guys know, within our team, we see a lot more success with new starters than any other team within the whole of the UK. I know that in terms of how we do. So if you follow what I've taught and you share what you're doing and you invite and you write those names, you will see success. You will help 3 people each month. But I want you guys to also know that it's very, very normal, particularly at the beginning of your journey. Like, imagine you've got this brand new person on social media who's like, hey, join me doing this thing. I've just started doing it. Like, are they going to want to join you immediately? No. So don't take it personally. Like, they're just learning to understand how it is. And I want to just manage your expectations on that. But if you're inviting your warm market, i.e. your friends and family who already know you, they already trust you. So you don't need to build that trust, which means it's so much easier. Which means if you are sharing those things and you're inviting your friends and family, it's going to make it so much easier for you. Yeah.
And when you get the results as well, that was the key thing for me, was the results. Like, that just is insane for people to see, because you get genuine results, don't you, with these? And then they see you before and after, and it's like, wow, what have you been doing? And as soon as I posted my first results from 21 Day Fix, all my family were like, because I didn't tell anyone at the beginning, because I was one of those people that was like, oh no, like, I came off Facebook because it was the middle of lockdown, and yeah, I was just like a social media kind of ghost. And yeah, when I posted it, they were just like, oh my God, what have you been doing? I told them, and then 2 cousins and my sister just jumped in straight away. Yeah. They're still doing it, and they're getting results. So yeah,
that's it. And I did exactly the same. So I shared my results, I think 2 weeks in, I shared my results. And I had asked loads of my friends, and everyone was like, maybe in a bit, Izzy, maybe in a bit, Izzy, maybe in a bit, Izzy. And I was like, oh, this is never going to work. This is never going to work. This is never going to work. And I just did the stories, and I shared a transformation. And literally, I tell you, I went into my stories one day, and this is why video to camera is so fundamental. And I just said, like, I have to share this. Like, I've just got the most incredible results. I've never felt better. And it's me doing you a disservice if I don't share with you what this has done for me, in case you're looking for something similar. And 3 of my friends enrolled on that day. So they were waiting to see the results. They're literally there. When you invite them, they're like this. Right? And that's quite scary for you guys. I get it, because it's like, shit, now the pressure's on. Now I've got to get the results. But they will convert. And is like, Gail had an amazing transformation initial one. Jo had an amazing one. She like just flew in. Ginny as well. So, you know, just be really confident. Like, we're not giving you a line. Like, it will work so long as you follow that strategy. And as Gail said, like, fundamentally, our business is getting results, right? That's what our business is built on. And, you know, as time passes, it might be like, for me, like, if you get any of mine, like, now it's more like mindset transformation and slight physique change, but never about weight loss. So it's relative to what your transformation is and what you're looking for. Because again, you're going to resonate with your person.
I think that's just to add, I think that's one thing I'm a little bit worried about is if you don't have a lot of weight to lose to start with. So if that makes sense. So when I did it wasn't a fitness based transformation, but it was a nutritional based one back in about March. And my before and afters were really, really strong. And I had people sign up to what I was doing at the time straight away based on that. But I had so much to lose at that point in time. So I guess that's the one thing I'm a little bit nervous about this time, is that I'm just going to have to work really hard on the definition side of things, I think, to be able to get the same impact.
Don't
worry, I was there too. I was the same when I started Izzy. I didn't have much weight to lose, did I?
And Success Club every month.
I didn't have to try. I literally just did that workout every day, and you can see the difference in my definition. I didn't have to try hard. I just literally did the Shakeology, did the workout every day. I did the recover as well. And same thing happened for me. Like, my sister signed up when I put those transformation pictures up. But also, I do put transformation pictures up from when I did a meal replacement diet like 4 years ago against what I'm doing now. But I'm really honest, and I say this is where I was after kids 4 years ago, and this is where I am now. So you don't necessarily have to do it at the start of pod, and as long as you're honest on the post as well. Do you know what I mean? It's and that's worked for me, seriously, because I'm about to start Ultimate Portion Fix, and I don't need to lose any weight, and I'm going to have to do a campaign about how it's which it is for me. It's about trying to eat healthily, not about losing weight, and then counter, say, but this is going to help people that lose weight as well. So you've just got to, I think you've got to find that angle.
And I think also, like, just know that no matter what your journey is, your person is going to relate with you and your body, right? I consistently hit super high numbers and kind of always have, but I've never really had any weight to lose. Like I started this, after Arthur was about 18, 20 months old, and I didn't have weight to lose. I'd already got in pretty good shape. I did lose 2.5 kilos with 21 Day Fix without even thinking about it, eating more food, because actually I wasn't eating enough, which was making me retain fat because I wasn't eating properly. So don't worry about that. And again, like, your people are going to relate to you. And something that I teach my guys, and these guys do as well, is we'll always like be like, oh, has anyone got transformations? And we'll like share each other's transformations. So you will have maybe seen yesterday, some of you guys, in my stories, I shared quite a few of other people. So like, again, like motivation for you guys, if you all get different transformations, you can all share them in your stories. Because I've had people say to me, I didn't relate to your transformation, but I related to hers, because they've related their body shape to the person they've seen that reflects their body. So I wouldn't worry. I really wouldn't worry.
Yeah, just share Gail's and Joe's.
What's that?
I was saying I didn't actually lose any weight. My transformation. Yeah, but I didn't actually lose. The scales really hardly moved for me at all. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
You've lost like a stone.
I know.
Joe, like your legs.
I mean, it has gradually gone. I've probably gone down by about. It's probably about £10 now, but it's still.
Wow.
It goes up and down. It doesn't. It's not like mega.
But this is what happens, right? So when you start physical fitness, you start to boost your metabolism. And you start to boost your metabolism, but you start to build muscle, which weighs more than fat. So then this is typically what happens. People do this and they're like, I haven't lost any weight, I haven't lost any weight, I haven't lost any weight. And then they continue to exercise, their metabolism catches up and starts to boost. They start to burn more calories at rest. And suddenly then they start to drop weight. But again, as Joe said, you'll notice, like, even if you're not losing weight, it is like your clothes start getting really loose because you're pulling that fat in, basically. So you're getting the muscular definition.
That's why the photos are key, absolutely. Like, so when you post those transformation photos, that's when you literally get the best feedback. And I remember a lot of the first transformation picture I posted, I literally had 3 people sign up the next day.
Yeah.
That literally gets you over the line. That's why I think I'm trying to take one every week now, just to, I don't know, show you.
Newer coaches, definitely, if you're confident to do it, you should definitely. When I was newer, I did one every single week. And again, like as Ginny's just said, for me, same story. It's never going to change. If I post a transformation photo, I can guarantee there's going to be more people that want to join me that week than if I didn't share one. So kind of just, you know, it holds you to account, right, as a coach, to get those results, because that's going to boost your business. How cool is that? If you just follow the program and get amazing results, you're going to build a really amazing business. Yeah. Cool. Has anyone got any other questions or wants to add anything? I don't want to keep you all evening.
Oh, I do. How do you do those photos? Like, do you do like with your phone or?
Oh yeah, I just have, so Ginny has like a clicker, so she's got
oh, okay.
She's got
I'll send you the link. Go on Amazon.
Okay.
MPOW, MPOW, and they
what is it?
Get a
Can you type it in?
Yeah. And you get a tripod with a clicker, and I literally just click.
Okay.
But there's also an app. I have a photo timer app, and it was free, and I just downloaded it. And I met Ginny the other day.
No, I see. I'm like, how do people do those? I can't. I look at the mirror. I'm like, this isn't working.
Yeah.
So I'm just wondering how people do those. Because someone looks so good. I'm like, I can't do that.
Yeah.
I try. It never works for me.
No, yeah, it's photo timer, and then you can just get a tripod.
Okay.
I prop it up
Right.
windowsill sometimes and just do it there.
Okay. I'll try that. Okay. Thanks.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm going to stop recording now.